Hello. Okay, as you might guess from the title, I'm just gonna rewrite some of the stuff about the collision today. Today I was not doing right, some stuff, and there is extra complications that I've added to my code. I'm going to just rewrite them to make them simplified. And why do I think so? Because I asked AI for help. Anyway, let's go back to what we are doing here. Okay, we have the player, and then what I do, I have the platform, I have the type of the platform, block or non-block, player tile size, side. I don't think I need this, but I'm gonna just keep it for now. Okay, I have a player here. Is grounded, color, the platform struct anymore, generate directs on the fly, for logic, resolve collision. Okay, this is the part that I need. So why does this work though? Find closest point on the capsule segment. Which is basically a line. You consider a line, you find the closest point on the line. You check the distance. If the distance is less than p dot r, to do map collision, we first What it does is that it checks as a starting point, which is position of the player minus R. Yeah, this is the capsule left. This is the right side of the capsule. This is the top of the capsule, and this is the bottom. This does the same thing, and then if it's solid, it defines a rectangle, standard collision logic in the player and the rectangle. Okay, and then you do resolve collision, run standard collision logic. Okay, so now what I have is a little bit different. Okay, let's first see if this thing is working. How do I do it? I just have to go a little bit. I will be back. Okay, I'm back. Sorry. So Let's first try to see if this, I mean, this structure is really complicated. I don't want to even try. I mean, I have to go back to this. Hmm. Okay. I will write a new function for now. Check collision. Check player collision. Capsule collision. Capsule collision. It needs a capsule. And then some rectangle for the platform. Or we can just say flat because no, let me just, I will do this later. Let's just do player and P star player. We'll do the rest later. Okay. So the first thing, let's look at the other code. We have to find this top, bottom, and okay, we have the 3 segments of the layer. So I will name them cap top because it's easier to remember. Cap top. Cap top is equal to p dot pose 1. Yep, minus p dot r. And then there is cap bottom. P dot pose 1. Yep. Cap pose p dot pose 0. Okay. Then what you do, you find the closest point on a tile rectangle. The center of player. And I believe there is math. What do you name them, by the way? Okay, corner. Closest platform corner. Math dot clamp. Yeah. So there is a value which is just cap pos 0, and then this should be plat 0, and the other one plat 0 plus plat dot, sorry, positions 0 plus plat dot size, and this one should be the position. Yo, how are you doing? One True Blue. Welcome back. Okay, we do that with, this is x, and this should be now 1, 1, 1, 1. Okay, so first we find the closest corner to the player. Find closest corner of platform to the player. To the capsule center. Next one is do you have my my voice, by the way? If you were still in the chat, one True Blue. Now I have to find the closest point on the capsule segment. Segment top and bottom to the closest point. Oh, okay. Closest point on capsule to the closest corner of the platform that we found. So that would be here, closest point y, math.clamp, and then here closest point corner, cap top, cap bottom. That should be it, right? Yes. Okay. And the x1, I can just const closest point x is just cap the position, cap was 0. And then you check, okay, you calculate the distance to the power of 2 between these 2 points. Okay. Find their distance. Distance, to the power of 2. Const the x is equal to Yep. But I don't want it to be square. I will just write it this 2. You do that. Okay, we now compare it with the R. So this 2, if it's less than R2. Okay, I don't understand how does this work though. So I see. Okay. I now understand why this is working. If this 2 is less than p dot r multiplied by p dot r, and this 2 is more than 0.1. 0.9, I guess, because it's integer. Oh yeah, more than equal is integer, so more than 0 is okay. It's integer, it's okay. Then what do? I calculate the complete distance, dist, and then find the overlap. Tr minus dist. Okay, this is the normal. I calculate the normal of yep, a normal of this thing that we calculated, the distance vector, we normalize it. And then we say multiply normal times overlap for the position for pushback, basically. Yeah, I don't understand why this would work. So the normal direction is the segment minus that. Oh yeah, okay. So this is creating a vector. So this distance check here, creating a vector from player segment to the rectangle corner. And then go corner, and then we calculate the overlap, which is basically if this is positive, then it's okay, we don't care. But if it is negative, oh no, this is only working if the distance is less than this. So this is definitely positive. This distance is always less than p dot r if we are in this condition. Okay, that's positive. That means that there will be some pushback. So that means with this pushback, we will always be able to push back the player right on the place before collision. And it's really good. I see now. It's a very simple mechanic, but then it saves us a lot of time and complication. So first I have to calculate const dist, which is math.qrt of dist2, and then I calculate the overlap. Yep. Minus, oh no, not that. When you calculate overlap, now dx norm is equal to that. And then I have to change the position to this thing. P position is this thing, yes. I will do that. And then physics response, it says that is grounded true. If this is true, then velocity is equal to 0. And if this is true, then velocity.x equal to 0. Okay, so why do you do that? So physics response, I understand that. Okay, so the normal is PR minus distance. No, sorry. Normal is this one divided by their distance. Okay, this is normalized. So if it is negative, this means that this is towards the closest segment. And it means that what does this mean if it's negative? If it's negative, ah, if it's negative, it means that the object has penetrated. Yeah, the capsule has penetrated into the platform, I guess. And then we say that grounded is equal to true. You put it equal to 0. I mean, mine is not equal to 0. I will have to put it. Oh no, velocity could be 0. Yeah, okay. The position you don't calculate here. Position you just do it with the normal multiplied by overlap. And then what does this one mean? If it's positive, means that if it's still in the air. Okay, this is if we are hitting from the below. So if the capsule is below the platform, then it should be positive. And why? And if the player is still moving, basically moving up towards up, means that their velocity.y is negative. then we should remove the velocity in that situation. And then if this thing is, this is the normal for horizontal movement. If there is any horizontal movement, I mean the normal is bigger than 0.7. I don't know why you put 0.7. You just say stop the horizontal movement, and I don't understand why this is working. Okay, I think I have to do some drawing to understand what this really says. Let me go back. Is it possible to have a new? No. Okay. I will change the view to this one, so it's visible for you too. So what are we doing? Imagine there is a block here. There is a player. Oh, no. You still keep this, and then I'm gonna do that. Draw player like this. Okay, so we first find this segment. Okay, so we first find which corner of this rectangle is closest to this segment, or I mean the center of this segment, which is center of, so for example, this point here is the center for player. We find the distance between one of the corners, all of the corners, and I mean we find the closest corner to this center. So for example, it's this corner. In this example, this corner is the closest one. So this corner has some Cx and Cy. And then player is Px and Py as the position of the player. And then this is the top, which is basically Py minus 2 player P dot R. So I keep a radius for capsule. And then this position right here is Py plus 2R. Now we want to find if there is any penetration of this player towards this block. So what we do, we first find the closest corner to this player. And then if I go back to the code, let me show you in the code. Yep, okay. So this is how we do it. We basically, okay, we use the mathematical function clamp. You can see the description what it does. Clamp basically. So this is the value, and there is a minimum and there is a maximum value, and it will return the middle part basically. So if this is less than minimum, it will return the minimum. If this value is more than maximum, it will return the maximum. But if this is more than minimum and less than maximum, then this value is the middle one. So it's basically clamp does that. Okay. But this is weird. I still don't understand what's going on here. Oh, you do X and then, okay. So which of these X's are, oh yeah, I see. This finds the closest, not the corner, closest point on the rectangle. I see. Finds the closest point, flat point. This is not corner. Not corner, closest. Okay, and then this one is also point. Yeah. Why? Because okay. So it finds the middle part. It means that so the middle part works really good here. Let's go back to the shape. Maybe there I will understand things better. Okay. So I have clamp of px, and then cx plus platform size, or CW. I will just put it CW. This here would be CX plus CW CY. This corner would be CX plus CW CY plus CH, where CH and CW are the height and width of the platform that I have here. And then I do the clamp and I put it in some x0. I do the same with y0, but this time with py. Sorry, I'm incredibly okay. Player.radius py, and then cy, and then cy plus ch. Okay, what I do is to find that the middle part of this three. So it means that, for example, here I have the position x, I have the cx, and I have cx plus cw. In this situation, px is in the middle. So px is like this axis has been chosen, basically. And then from y situation, I do the same, basically between this and this, cy and cy plus ch, and the position, which one is the middle one? So there's this, there is this, there is this. Which one is the middle one? Is of course cy. So I draw this. Sorry, this is supposed to be over the platform. That means that this point is closest to player. This is the closest point to the player. It's very easy, very handy, and it doesn't matter where the player is. This mathematic gives us the closest point on the platform to the player, which is very good. Okay, there is a lot of mess here, so we can go back to the code and try to understand more. How do I make this go away? Okay, next, I find the closest y between this point that we found and okay, we want to find which point is the middle point between the top or bottom or the point that we found. This is just to this is basically closest point on the segment, I believe, to the platform. So this is closest capsule. Cap point. Yep. Not plats. Cap. Yes. Cap points. And that should be okay. Okay. So I have the cap points and I have the platform points. I find the closest cap point to the platform. Closest point on capsule. Capsule central vertical segment to the closest point that we found above. And then when we do that, we find their distance. Yeah, and then from here, okay. Now we need to do these conditions here. Physics response. The X norm. Meaning if layer is moving down and colliding player that, and then the player velocity, this should be 1. This should be 1. This is 1, 1. It's just that this normal is the y norm. And then this is the x norm. And then this is 0. Okay. Here is basically horizontal collision, and the horizontal collision here, if layer is hitting the platform from below. And then here, if layer is hitting the platform from the side. Nice. Okay. This is if there is collision. Nice. Okay, I now understand why this is working, and it's really good. Check player collision right now. Now that I have that, so the next thing is that I have to put this function to use. Do I do this? So I had a function that goes step by step forward in every movement. I will have to find that. Oh yeah, this one. From player, and then there is player colliding. I mean, I'm not using this anymore. I need to. Okay, this is working good, I guess. Okay. Um, okay. Now what do we do next? I have. Okay, this one should be commented again. I mean, I'm not sure though. Like, I have to do the tile-based system again, no? Let's see what I'm calling here in the run. I think I'm calling is player move valid. I'm calling that. I am giving it game and new position. Okay, so this is not going to be needed. All of this. This is not going to be needed. Okay, what we are going to do is write is player move valid. Oops, sorry. Okay. How do I do this? There is player move valid. I need to call a function to do something here for me. But when I'm calculating velocity, I am not sure. Okay, I think I have to do all of them together, you mean? Okay. So new pose 1 is not useful anymore because I'm just going to do it once. I'm going to have to do new pose 2. This gravity. Okay, and velocity 0 is changing here. Okay, I see. This is a complete mess. When I fix this, I will have to clean all this mess. I calculate the velocity and then I put it here as a new position. And I am saying you can go there. You can go to this velocity. I don't think I should do this. I will just do this maybe. Move there. So we will need it. And I will come out, I will write it right down here. or maybe above this one. Okay. Listen, move player. Alright. This. Okay. This should give us the new position. I have an idea. I can just remove this. Put this here, const del x. What is that? Okay. Okay. Del x. Just a new position. Const step equal to, okay, so my delta x is an integer. I need to make it so that del x, del x divided by, first I have to make this apply to f32 del x, and then divided by step number, so I can call 5, for example, I don't know. How do I see what is this del x? I have to, okay, so this del x is, I want to be able to know, like, when should I do this stepping process? Like, because if del x is small, I don't need to do this. If it's too big, then I have to do it. Ah, yeah, okay, I see what I should do. I2 F32 g.player.r multiplied by 2 minus 1. Like this. Yeah, this, I think this is okay. So yeah, if the step is, if the thing is, yeah, if the delta x is bigger than the size of the body of the player, then I should do the thing in steps, so that I don't miss anything in the in the process. I would have to do, I believe, some buckets. Bucket f32 equal to 0. Now that I have these things, I can do while bucket is less than delta x. I mean, this is not exactly delta x, there is also delta y, so I'm going to just rename this to separation. Sorry, separate, yeah, exactly. Okay. Separation, and then this is the steps. Okay, so the step has x and y. Ooh. Okay, and then this is vec2 f. Zero, while bucket 0 is separation 0. Exactly. Yep. But let me go to n, let me remove this. We can put the steps for the loop here. Oops. Okay, now what? Step by step, we go closer to the separation. This should be equal, by the way. Alright, so this is an integer, bucket is a float, I believe. F32. Nice. And to F32. Oh, that's nice. Okay. Now we need to do we need to call this function check player collision. Okay, so how do we just say g.player and okay, the platform. I have to loop through all of the platforms and do this. So I'm gonna do it without tile for now. Let's see if this is working, and then we can fix this by changing using the tiling system as well. But then to use the tile system, it's gonna be a little bit complicated how to do it. I don't know, maybe I will see if there are easier way to do this thing. Okay, but for now we just loop through all the g.platforms. platforms. And then for that I will put g.player.position g. Oh no, okay. Let me just put the check player collision. I can just send g, by the way. Or I can just send player, yeah, okay. Whatever. I mean, I will have to use this somehow later. Do we use this new position? I mean, we don't have to. We get to new position by step going towards it. Okay, we find the separation and then we divide the separation between two. Basically, we find the distance between between the player and the platform. Oh no, sorry, separation is just between the new position that the player will be in and the starting position. We find the separation. We divide it to small baby steps, and then step by step we go towards that. And when doing so, we check if there's collision between the platform and the player. And then okay, var no collision. equal to false. Here, no collision. And these things. And here I want to return if there was a collision, by the way. If this thing, no collision, true, but I don't want to break because I want to check all the platforms because there might be collision with multiple platforms. And then here, okay, this is collision. Here there should be a return true at the end in this if. And here there should be a return false. Okay, there should be multiple errors. Let's face them. Zig Ray. Okay, unused local constant collision 2. And then there is expected type I32 separation. Found a vector. Oh yeah, okay, I see. So separation is I2 vector to F, and then step size vec2f. Yep. Okay. And the next one was 338. 9. Okay, here. I want to move player, but I don't want to get any result from move player. F32 found vector here. Oh yeah, okay, I see. Yeah, 107. For some reason, yeah, step is a vector, is not. G.platforms. Oh yeah, it's an array list. Where is, oh yeah, you see. I want access to its items. All found void. Check player, oh yeah, this is, I forgot this. Does not support indexing. Absolutely 123, you're right. It's here. Support 129. Why I don't see it here? Oh yeah, this one. Sorry for that. I32 and U16. So distance is here. I32. And then this should be diff trunk. No. This should be the DX is this. I have to make them I to F32 DX. And then to F32 this. It seems like it would be much more easier if I just started with F32. F32, I32. Overlap. Yep. To F32. I will probably have to remove I32 at some point. Okay. F32. Oh yeah. So this is F32. This is also F32 overlap. But the position, this is F2I32. Yep. Is grounded in the main.player. Oh yeah. Player equal to struct here is grounded. Full equal to false. That should fix this one. Security not implemented for signed integers. Math.security. This to do. Okay, I guess I have to do int cast. Okay. More security not implemented. Which line is this? 29? What do I have in 29? Oh no, that's security. Where is it? In main though. 113. Not here. That's QRT. 113, I believe. Where is 100? Is it this line? Oh no, 113 is the... I only use SQRT once, and it's this here. Not for signed integers. What is that? So I have to do int cast, I guess. Does this work? Yeah, it doesn't. Okay, int Okay. What do we do? I guess I'm gonna do everything floating point so that I don't have any of these errors. Vector, make this s. General vector, I am going to do that. If okay, I will just comment all of this. Then I will have to fix all the errors that come from here. and therefore I will know. Yeah, this is not existing anymore. Let's comment all of this too. No, I don't use them. You become F, you become F. Okay, I can just search for any vec2i. Okay, now here the conversions, everything is in vec2f, so we don't have to worry about anything. All is gonna work. Next, 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 next. Here, this is to F. Oh yeah, these are F32. Ooh. So FPS is I32, gravity is F32, friction F32. Screen width and height, that's I32. Actually, tile size, I don't know, should it be F32? I have to keep them I for now. I will have to convert them anyway, I guess. Ooh, for tile set I need vec2i, by the way. Nope, I can just make them all F32. This one should be I. And I have to make a transformation here. Hey, I was about to watch your series. Does it matter if you use the F32 or I32 if they are both take the same, so why not only F32? Yeah, I'm trying. So the thing is with the pixels, basically. I'm annoyed with the pixel. I don't know if you've tried with drawing stuff. So there is this problem with the Raylib collision and stuff that when you do, so for example, let me draw it. It would be easier to talk about it. It's not the problem. It's just that I'm annoyed of this thing to do this all the time, to take care of this thing all the time. So imagine there is a corner, and then you have a player, for example, and you want to cast a ray to this corner. There are two segments here, and I had this experience back some time ago that I wanted to do this ray casting for player and platforms. So if it's floating point, I used to use the collision of Raylib, and then I faced this issue that it doesn't detect the collision with two of the points because they are like, I mean, in the calculation, like there's this floating point separation of a really small number, but they are pixels, like pixels are integers. Like So it should detect them as 1 point, like, and it happens. It's not just this one. It happens in a lot of places in calculation and stuff. It makes me annoyed. So that's why I was trying to use only the integers. But I see that I have to do a lot of casting, so I'm now going back to F32. Um, I threw all of that behind right now. Basically, I made a mistake. But that's a lot of code that I'm gonna remove. Yeah, there's a lot of casting and stuff not being defined. Okay, let's go try to fix this. So I need this vec2 I because, I mean, do I need it? If I don't add it, I am. So the I can just make everything F32. I will just convert it when it's needed. I will commit this for now. I will even remove it because in search I don't want to have all of this. I will need the I to F32 though. And then, oh yeah, these collisions are not needed. Okay, let's make this a little bit more cleaner. I will go line by line. These are F32, to Raylib vector. These are Raylib vector stuff happening. I don't need to do that, it's already floating. To Raylib vector, these are floating point, so it's okay. It should work. Makes sense, but if you're round floating, so can you have wrong results? Your screen is offset. Oh yeah, sorry. It's a usual thing with me that I forget to bring back the screen. And for some reason, when I'm choosing Z, it brings me OBS. But it's cool now. Okay, let's go back one by one. I don't need this side. Well, at least for now. So here, these are all floating point vectors. I don't need to do that. And then this thing is a floating point vector now. And then here, is there anything? Okay, here I am I'm doing transformation. There is no need. What are those colors next to the line number? You mean the layer yellow part that you see in the screen right now? You mean these ones? Okay, so it's because Z detects uh, if I have pushed the changes to my GitHub. So the code is available on GitHub. So to see this in real, so if I do, sorry, I have to save this first, and then if I do git add this git commit -m big changes git push, you see that they now disappear because there is no change. So it's basically, it makes it easier to track where changes happened. And the red ones also were, I think they had also something to do with Git. I don't exactly remember what. So you see, I changed the one line and now it's yellow. Okay, do I need to do anything here? Oh yeah, there's a lot of int cast and stuff, so I believe F32 is okay. I don't have to put this anymore. Lurking. Thank you. Don't forget to following the channel if you want to support the channel. I would appreciate it so much if you like the content and if you want to support the content. So I have to fix this. Unfortunately, there is no one rule, so I have to go. Thank you. Appreciate it. It's okay. I can check each line to see if, oops, if there is an error. It's gonna take some time, but then it's gonna be cool. Okay, I'm not gonna need these functions for now. I can just, but this one might be needed. Oh, okay, here. FPS is I32, DT is F32, F32, screen width is I32, I32. Oh, okay, tile size and stuff. I'm gonna make them all F. Sorry for that. Yeah, everything F. It's just that there are a few things that, okay, here when I do the multiplication, I have to do F2 I32 of this value. Now we go on, there's platforms, tile set, input. I define all of that, and then, oh yeah, this is F, there is allocator, platforms, input, we don't care. Here, there is no need for, no, FPS has to be transformed. I don't need div trunk. Oh no, screen width and height are integers, so div trunk is needed. I do append here, it's okay. Platforms, items. Okay, what do I do here? Platform.position. Zero. Okay, this is int from float. Int from float, I believe. Player position. Again, these are int from float. From float. This is int from float. I don't even remember writing this thing. This is int from float. From float. This is okay. Now this is floating points. Because it's a floating point, I have to use position. But then I have to call the function to Raylib vector. And then I remove position, and then here rl, oops, sorry, rl dot vector2 x equal to file size dot y equal to 10 file size. Okay. Okay. Here there is process. There is absolutely nothing to worry about, I think, here. I've made a lot of comments. Checking movements. I mean, for now I don't need them. Maybe later, if I need them, I will add them. I don't care. New position is checked there. Oh yeah, here there are some changes. So I don't need to do any of that. Gravity, 2 times gravity times that, else gravity times g dot t. And that's nice. Okay. Here, is there anything to do? No, there's nothing. Okay. Okay, let's face the errors. I see a div trunk, expected F32. Ah, yeah, position. I see. Div trunk here. That this is I2F32. Yep. Okay. Next one. What happened? File set that put int from float F32 expected integer type. Hmm. Where do I do this? Tile set. Okay, it's here. So tile set gets floating point vector, right? And then what I have here, I am transforming I and j, which are, ooh, okay, I and j are integers. That would be float from int, float from int, okay. Does that work? It seemed it worked because there's no error there anymore. Unable to hash type F32. Ooh. Okay, so the hash map doesn't work with floating points, and I didn't know that, so I would have to do a change. I have to change the whole arrays that I have. I mean the hash map that I have, so they have to be working with integers, I guess. Which means I need this vec2i. Cool. How do we go back to where we were writing? Next. Okay. Now it's integer. This is just definitely int cast. Int cast. Nice. Int cast. Player position and stuff, they're all int from float. But this is int cast, okay. So tile set is vec2i. Here I have to change it to vec2i. No, this is correct. Okay, okay, I don't use the tile set anymore, no? That's why I don't have to change more stuff. Another error. Incompatible type. Oh yeah, okay, so when drawing I'm using it. 234, it should be here somewhere, yeah. Here. So this one is a vec2f, and this one is a vec2i. After all of this, I need the function integer to vec2f. Let's go define an integer to vec2f. Oh no. Vec2i. Vec2i. And then here I need v vec2f. Okay. Now what? Draw rectangle. Oh yeah, okay. So argument to rectangle lines. Oh yeah, okay. There is no vector function for drawing rectangle lines. I have to do it one by one. Which means let's first go back to its line 246. Position 0. And I believe he wants integer. So how do I do this? I have to do F2 I32. Yeah, and then this one is the same. To I32. Yep. To I32. Here I just removed the Okay, does that work? Ooh. Okay, that's an interesting thing. Nothing works. And then there are two things that I want to do. One, I'm going to change the player color from red to blue. Where is blue? Player equal to struct here. Where is the color here? Blue. The next one that I want is what is it that I want? Oh, okay. Print. Yeah, this one. I don't want it to print anymore. I know that it's working. Okay. Pause. What else? Okay, so now why is it not working? Let's go back to where we handle the movement, which is the process function. Okay, I'm gonna be honest, like I like this one more than what I used to do, because this process function is now much more smaller. Basically easier to follow. So first I will calculate what should be the gravity. Here, if its velocity is lower, it means that it's jumping. If it's lower, the jump should have... Oh no, okay, I have done this opposite. So if it's positive, it should fall faster than when the velocity is negative. So higher gravity for falling. And then what I do is check if here I'm checking if the velocity is less than or equal to max value. If it is, then velocity should be... Okay, so this doesn't work for jumping, but I don't care because we always have a gravity which is positive, is always going to lower down the velocity of the player. The player velocity will never hit max value in the negative side, so it's okay. Okay, I assume I should have done something like this. Oh yeah, okay. For x, this is naturally, for direction of x, this is naturally happening. Gravity, and then I just say move player. So let's go to move player. So here I calculate separation. Separation is basically... Yeah, this is delta x basically. if it was one-dimensional. And then I can try to print this separation, maybe just in case. And then this. Oh, by the way, you don't see. Again, I forgot to. Oh no, it's okay. It's working. How is this possible, by the way? So weird. I mean, this is a bug, no? Because it shouldn't show OBS in the screen. For some reason, it's showing it. Okay. Let me just check. This is not Paint. This is basic window Raylib example. Yeah, okay. Just to be sure, so right and left, you can see that there is a change of numbers when I go to right or when I go to left. There is absolutely no change here. And you can see there is a separation down. The value is 8. The velocity is 8, so there should be 8, but there is absolutely no change. So first is, what is step size? Step size is, it is 19 for me, I guess. And the separation is smaller than step size, so this is going to be, the step is going to be a value less than 0. Less than 1, sorry. Less than 0. Less than 1. We have a bucket which is 0, and then we put the no collision false. We say if no collision is false and bucket 0 is less than or equal to the separation. Yes, it is less than or equal to separation. Oh no. Okay, so velocity could be negative, by the way. There should be absolute value here, I believe. There is absolute value for buckets, and there should be absolute value for separation. Oh no. What am I doing? Yeah. Separation. Alright. There should be an absolute value here as well. What does this do? There is the bucket. There's the bucket. We check if the step that we are taking in this direction is less than the big separation. And then we add to the bucket by bucket plus equals step. That's okay, that's good. Step is, it's going to be really small. Just give me a second, I will be back. Okay, I'm back. I'm going to okay, this one. I don't understand how is this happening, by the way. Why is this over the code thing? I'm clearly saying, so there's something here that doesn't work. I didn't change anything, by the way. I don't know why. Play. Ah, I see. Now it's okay. Let's go back. Okay. So if the separation is really small, then this thing step is gonna be like less than 1, basically. And then which is wrong, shouldn't happen. It's the number of steps. Oh yeah, that's step size. And then yeah, I don't know what I'm doing here, but this is wrong. Okay, so step should be back to F 2 times g dot player dot r minus 1, and then 4 times g dot player dot r minus 1. Okay, let's try that. I don't need this one as well. And then, what's the last step? The last step should be how do I force that the last value of the bucket to be exactly equal to separation plus new position. I mean, layer position. How do I do that? Step this thing and then, but it doesn't check separation though. Ooh, unless, yeah, okay, unless collision to true. Is there an easier way to do this? So for example, I wanted to do if no collision why is this no collision, by the way? This is collision clear. Okay. If collision is true, then g.player.velocity is and I have to do the same thing. Sorry for that. Should be copied, paste here. We don't care about the collision. I'm not convinced. Player, platform, collision, and then we do check player collision. We have platform. And we have the bucket, by the way. What am I doing here? This is crazy. Okay, I see what should be done. Okay, I think I'm tired. I've made a lot of mistake here. I will just okay, so this thing will, it doesn't matter what I'm doing with the bucket and steps and stuff, because this thing is always going to use the player velocity and position that is inside this function. I'm just repeating the same thing with this while. And so the steps don't matter. And then, yeah, it's so weird, these things. I need to fix a lot of stuff. I have to check again, and I'm a little bit tired, I guess. I will be back. I'm gonna have some rest, and I'm gonna eat. Thank you all for watching. Love you. I hope that you have a good day, and see you again. Bye.